The moral of a thoroughly thought out story means nothing to someone with a view from miles away. In order to understand the point, you have to listen and pay attention, look them in the eyes because you love them, and accept the pain and grace that they will eventually inflict on you. Sometimes their story alone can inflict a pain so deep that you feel ultimately close to that person in every way. Their mind is now a piece of art that is so inspiring and beautiful that no one can see through the shield that protects it, causing them to wonder why this particular person is so unique. But only those who truly know this person can explain the beauty within. The distance between heart and soul is often perceived as miles away, but for this person they are tied in a knot so tight that no realistic or imaginary force could even begin to fringe the ropes that wrap them. As people try to tear away at you, you stand building a wall so strong, wide, and tall that everyone walks away in a new stage of fear. For you have reversed the spell that has been cast upon you, and have torn them down in return. Though I do not fear you, I fear the pain you wish to inflict upon yourself. The pain that I can only protect you from for so long before I have to beg you to want to survive the hardships that you are going through. I feel sometimes that I may be asking too much, though it seems that you trust me despite the hounding questions and persuasion to know what I want. As I sit here in the dark writing my daily drive, I think silently about your past. Nothing could possibly justify the amount of pain that people have inflicted on you. And at some point, there has to be something that can heal the scars that are glowing in the corner of my eye as I stand on guard, just waiting to take a bullet for you. As I wait, someone decides that I am too still, for I haven't let you leave my sight in ages. They come up from behind. As I quickly turn around, it's too late. They aim and fire, but what is it in me that drives me to become the target? And it hits me. I lie on the ground in a pool of frustration, questioning the next step toward your sobriety. The bond I have quickly come to know with you is an unexplainable gift, and we hold tight the one thing we know is the foundation of our friendship, trust. We lock the doors behind us as we enter, whether we are somewhere new or are simply at home for fear of some crazy ex-lover that we convicted in the years left behind. As I begin to fall asleep, I hold on to the one person that really knows me best, in the hopes that when I wake, you will still be there, wrapped up in the warmth of the sun that shines down on you as you dream. As your pressuring addictions tear away at you, I try to wake you from your sleep. You don't want to be saved. And as I learn of this conviction, I frustrate myself for fear of life love bound to be drowned in disguised anger. But what is this anger if only to be known as the secondary emotion as I hear the lecture pouring out of your lips from time to time? What am I really feeling? In all honesty, a brute force pushes fear out of my mouth as if to understand that I am too afraid to tell you. You stand outside while the rain falls gently on your shoulders, and each raindrop slowly rides down your side, each telling a different story that defines a stage in your life. These definitions, though oftentimes confusing to me, help me to portray a perfect image of you as you paint a portrait of your hopes and dreams, surrounded by darkness. This darkness makes you stronger and helps you to block out stress and negativity brought to you in your everyday life. As years go by, people discover your strength and begin to understand that your level of knowledge exceeds anything that they could imagine, and your brilliance will lead you to do much greater things than they. I help balance you as you walk along, slipping from time to time, but I am always there to catch you before you have time to fall completely, a constant guard at your side as family should be. As you tell me you love me, I repeat the phrase and crawl back into the shadows, watching you as you go about your way. You lie sound asleep in the dead of night. My heart tells me that something is wrong. I feel your heart beating gently against your chest, and I feel the calm and relax for a moment. Then I awake to the sound of footsteps headed towards your quiet and secure house locked with deadbolts and steel bars, as we should all have a limit of safety. An abrasive pounding on the door wakes you, and I rush to your side, allowing you to answer the door. I tell you it is no longer safe, and you quickly reseal the outside for Moon and pretend that everything on the other side is non-existent. Throughout the days, we spend quietly contemplating. An occasional knock on the door disrupts us. As they go about their way, we sit and recollect ourselves, writing a new song for each thought that passes through. These songs each have different meanings, indefinable recognitions of memories lost in a silent storm of submissive transitions from hot to cold and back again, as we take the lead and guide our followers to new land of peace and reservation. No one seems to understand the way in which things are done, but why do they worry when, in knowing that you and I are both safe when together? Fear nothing, for I will always be just a few steps behind you, letting you hold my hand and guide me through life, because you know you are the only person worthy enough of this role, taking me to places I did not expect to see in my life, but experienced with one of the only reliable people that God made, though you may not think you are as reliable as I do. As a sister, then would I not be required to look up to you and follow in your footsteps? Only the bad mistakes I have learned from. Though you are only at the beginning of my story, you will introduce new ideas in thought bound for the greatest things in life for my personal knowledge. Though I have two sisters of my own, neither has given me the attention and friendship that you have throughout the time that I have known you, which may be the reason that I wrote this, though I'm not exactly sure. Take into consideration that without knowing you, the definition of what a sister, as you define yourself to me, would not be as clear as it is. Thank you for writing this to me. God, you wrote this 6 years ago, and I just found it. I remember it, and, it's funny how certain things don't change, like the steel bars of my door. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you for letting me love you for the short time that I could.